is Julie. So for those who don't know me, I'm the person who you talk to a lot of the times at the beginning. So I'm the correspondent. So hello to you all. We have Miss Diane Joy, who is the CEO and president of Venture International Academy, my mentor and the one that teaches me everything. And when I grow up, I might want to be a little bit like her. Who knows? Who knows? I'll give you the $5 later. Yeah. So.
Make it 10.
Ooh, you never know. So we're going to try to, I know a lot of this information you will already know. For those who, we do have some new families. So it's going to go very quickly. Please be patient. Wait to the end if you can for any type of information or any type of questions. We will try to help as much as possible. Also, a lot of the information will also be given by the community counselors once they visit your home. They are loaded. They have, with all the answers, they have did this. It is wonderful. And there's many experiences that they've had that they can share and help guide you through this process as well. So that's a good part. So I gave you part of the forms in the packets. That's your students' information. For the returning families, I didn't load it up with a bunch of the books or with some of the information that you normally get. Due to, number one, you already have it. If not, I'll be more than tickled pink to email it to you. So for some of the information, it might be missing something. We are still in the process of obtaining information. And then students' documents, that's for the new students. So I just want to let you know about it. I also handed out a handout. We're going to use this as a guideline. On the white forms, this is what we talked about last year. It's a little bit more in depth. On the blue forms, we're just going to pinpoint a couple areas just to revisit. Alrighty? So the first area that we're going to discuss is to communicate your expectations. We all have to do this. This is basically carrying on the family covenant, your house rules. We all have our own family covenants. My family covenant within my home is going to be different than all of yours. And I can't expect you to live the way that I live and go by my rules. But when your student comes, please make sure you have the family covenants ready, the rules for your student, and to also discuss with your student your expectations. The time for them to go to bed, wake up time, shower time, when to use the technology and the devices, when to turn them on. Be very specific with these students. So you have to be specific and be consistent. Do not be wishy-washy with these family covenants, because kids are kids and they will push and push. We don't want anything snowballing. So please be consistent with it. When you are speaking with your students, use I statements. And what I mean by an I statement, for example, if you're noticing that your student is, the grades are decreasing in a certain subject, instead of saying, you're not studying, you need to study more, you need to raise those grades, instead of using that, work with it. Work with it. You know what? I am noticing you're having difficulties in this area. I want to help. Let me help you. Let's do this together. Let's work this as a team. There's other avenues. Talk to the teacher. Talk to the community counselor. But show them that. I do it with my daughter. And I did it by the way of, honey, I'm old. I forgot. I need to learn. So let's do this together. Let's study together. While you're studying, I'm going to read a book. And it works. But that's what works in my family dynamic. I had to do that trickery. It works. So, but be there for them. Building trust. We all have to build trust. Building trust, being consistent, direct with your answers. Again, do not be wishy-washy. Follow through with what's going on. If by chance you see your student that's studying really hard and working really hard on studying, say, you know what, you've been working so hard. If you get a B on this test that is very difficult, we're going to go out to the movies, or we're going to go on out to have ice cream. And they do it, take them out for ice cream. live up to the standards, because they're expecting you to do this. So please, live up to all the standards. When you're speaking to them, look them in the eye. When people are talking to me and they're like, okay, I don't care what's going on inside of your head. Give me the respect and look me in the eye. Something's going to click and it's going to hit. So talk to people, talk to the students, look them in the eye. And that's very important. That's how you build trust. When you don't look somebody in the eye, you can't trust them. The hard part is don't be afraid to ask difficult questions. Always. I think this works with any child. I'll give you a couple examples. They're going out to the mall. Who's going with you? Who you can be with? I want to know. Who's your friends? Who are they staying with? Who's their homestay family? You ask them. Not only it's good to know, it's good to have the other people's information, but it's also if they're telling you that they're going with Joe Schmo and they end up with Sally Sue, they kind of know something's going on. This way you can kind of nip it in the bud. So, other questions? They come back and they're smelling like smoke, or they're smelling like alcohol. Have you been smoking? No. Okay. But you find the pack of cigarettes that's inside their pockets. So, be inquisitive, ask questions, don't be afraid. They're going to tell you what they're going to tell you. But it's up to you as parents, just like as your own children, to find out, to engage, and to know what's going on with them, to help them grow and learn and better themselves. All right? Any questions? Everyone's good? We're plugging right through. The medical insurance. Yippee! I love this. So our medical insurance, we have a claim form that I've given to all of you. And it looks like this. Dealing with the medical insurance and dealing with hospitals and doctors are very difficult, and they're a headache. So this is what I ask. Please make sure that you know where the insurance card is. If you go to the hospital or doctor's office, please take that card with you. If you forget, and it's during office hours, call us. Call any of us saying, I need a copy of this. Can you email it to me? We'll email it instantly so you don't have to deal with any headache. If by chance they're being seen and you don't have it, you can go back to the doctor's office, but it has to be that day or the next day. Hopefully they can get that insurance information submitted to make it easier. When this happens, let your community counselor know they have gone to the doctors. All right? We want to know who, what, where, when, and why, and how. If they have the flu, if they have a stomach bug, if they have any of that type of things, their eyelashes are growing, please take them to the urgent care, the care spot. And the reasoning why, because they'll push it through, it's easier to go through. Only go to the ER if it's a complete emergency. If they have a broken arm, if they have a broken leg, if they are referred to by the urgent care, then you take them to the ER. Because if they walk into the ER, walk that first step into the ER, the insurance doesn't pay for it. So that $150, $250, they get billed. So if it's not an emergency, please don't go to the ER. Don't go to the ER for a local shot. Don't go to the ER for that. It's strictly used for emergency purposes only. Once you go, and you will be collecting hospital bills, please don't sit on the hospital bills for months and months and months. Once you get a hospital bill, and Lord knows, Miss Naja, you are all on top of it. Between Naja and Renee, they just submit the bills. We will take care of it. Please remember, hospitals, doctors, insurance companies, all those companies do not walk hand in hand together and know what's going on. So let us know if you ever receive one. If it's multiple ones, I will keep on contacting the insurance company to see what the process. Some processes are a heck of a lot longer than others. All right?
I have a question about that.
Yes.
So if your student goes to the care spot because they're sick, and they're gonna get billed for that.
They will.
They will, and they'll pay for it.
No.
Well,
There's two ways, okay? Care spots can call that 800 number that is on that ID card and get authorization that they can be paid. And then the care spot can send the claim form in on behalf for that student. If you have a lazy person, and there are a lot of them at the care spots or at the urgent care, please just have your child pay up front. It's $150, okay? And if they have to get prescriptions, let them pay for their prescriptions. Get the doctor's notes from the urgent care, okay? And tell us exactly what was wrong with your kid. Whether, I don't care, if you had the flu, you woke up in the morning, had diarrhea, and he was vomiting, okay? Then that's what we're gonna put on your claim form. Diarrhea and vomiting, day of service, and we're going to submit claim forms. You just send them straight to Julie, scan it all of the bills, everything. And then we will make sure that every payment gets put back to your kid. Okay? Everything will come back,
So
whether prescription or the doctor.
Even if you, as a Homestay family, had paid out of pocket,
You'll get paid.
you will be the one to get paid.
Okay.
All right? So that's what that's there for. Again, be patient, because all companies do not work hand in hand. So it's a lot of, it's work on my part, and I love it. Believe it, I love fighting with these insurance companies. I love it. I get such a charge. I'm like, I got you.
She does.
I do.
Well,
So,
you were in the back of the office going, I got it! What did you get? I got Frank's money!
I'm like, I got it. Yes, I got it.
It was a long time. Yes.
Yes, it was. Now, we have discussed about the immunizations. The students will need their immunizations. In this form, you will see a nice bright yellow. It is free immunizations. The insurance does not pay for that, period.
these are new students only, right?
Well, some of your
No,
old
some-
ones might need some updates.
They may need updated ones. And so, which also supplied inside of that is for grades and for what will be needed for that student on that grade. So you will have that. So at least you have an idea. So seniors will not need anything. This is a list of the health departments located nearest to you. So try to make it as easy as possible. So, but it gets done, the insurance doesn't pay for it. And the Homestay family, or the natural parents know that the insurance doesn't pay for it, and they know that they can get it for free. So they do pay a lot of money for their student to have a wonderful education here. And they pay a lot of money for the insurance, and believe it or not, our insurance is very, very good for the cost and for what it provides for compared to others. That's why we have this insurance. So if it's a perfect world, it's not though. We pick the best insurance for the amount of money that's going to be. So with that being said, it will not cover the immunizations. The natural parents will no longer pay if the student gets charged because the student did not go to the health department to get something for free. I would be torqued if my daughter went to a physician instead of the health department and I get stuck with the $450 bill when I could get something for free. So that's the way to kind of look at it. All right? Now we're going to go to...
Wait. I have a thing to add there.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know that your personal physicians are absolutely wonderful, okay? And they might be nice enough to give your students maybe a free immunization for the first time. But when you go to take them back there, they're gonna bill you for the second and the third and whatever other ones. Please take them to the health department. Because if I see a bill that says immunizations, the money will be coming out of your stipend, okay? Because $450 and $500 is a lot of money for these kids to be paying for shots. 3 shots, $450. 5 shots, $780. That's a lot of money to come over here to go to school when our health department in the state of Florida gives shots, even your children, kids from the age of kindergarten all the way to college for free.
You two may not know because you're not local, but this sheet doesn't have the health department on Pearl Street. Do you know, does anyone know if they moved? Because there's 2 locations here that, in Duval County that are, and neither one have the Pearl Street location.
It's still there.
It is
Oh,
still
it is?
there, it's just not on this list.
Oh, we'll have to find it.
I'll have to update it.
Yeah, thank you,
No,
let us
no,
know.
I was wondering if if they're not open anymore. That's the one I've always gone to.
The only bad part about Jacksonville, many of the other counties, you can call the health department and make an appointment. Here, you don't get an appointment, I'm terribly sorry, they make you stand in line, okay? So, you know,
We're sorry.
yeah, I am really sorry,
sorry.
because I have gone out of my
We
way to pick up the
apologize.
kids and take them to the thing and stand in line, you know, where I live, so, yeah.
Yeah. So, moving forward, on the back of this, the claim form, we do also have an area for stolen, damaged, and lost property. Accidents happen, we get it. Kids are gonna spill things, we get it. Adults are going to spill and break things, we get it. So if something is broken, the insurance will cover it. We need receipts, we need estimates, we need whatever, photos, so we can send it. Now, if it's something that's gonna cost $5, a broken toilet roll, plastic thing, if the student decides to pay for that, okay, fine. If you decide to wash it out and pay for it yourself, all right, fine. But if it's those expensive things, $50, I'm not paying for that kind of mistake, when the insurance can cover it. So please, submit photos, any type of receipts. Let me do my work. Let me get that paid for you, so there's no out-of-pocket expense, and get it all covered. Now, there's certain things that we understand happen, but there's certain, kids will lose keys. They'll lose house keys, for example. Please do not charge the student for anything that is a very large amount of money. If there's a house key, please, lost, and it's been lost numerous times, the student should not be allowed to have a house key. They are not responsible enough to have a house key. Let them stand outside. But, with that being said, we can't charge them for it. So if you decide to get your locks changed, and you get 14 locks in your house changed, with 14 new keys, and it comes up to $1,000, yes, the insurance isn't gonna pay that. They're not gonna do it. And I fought tooth and nail. And they denied it just because. They did not find it $1,000 for one missing key and have all those locks changed and all those keys. It has to be within a reason. So, don't charge the kids. They're gonna make a mistake. Work something out, have a spare key, whatever the case may be. All right?
The neighbor.
The neighbor, there you go. Right.
So Julie.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm seeing where they're talking about $150 copay, right? And it say if the hospital is in network, if it is an in-network facility, there is no in-network emergency within 10 miles of Pittsburgh.
What that basically means is that if you go to the emergency room, just walk, now we have Aetna, so all the hospitals have Aetna. You're golden. When you walk into that ER room, just by taking a step, it's $150. Before you even make it up to the counter with the happy smiley people saying, hey, you look horrible. You're already being charged $150. If the student enters the ER and is admitted, the student will not get charged the $150. The insurance will cover that. But if it's because their eyelashes and eyebrows are growing, or they have a weird little itch right here, that's not an emergency. And so the student will be charged $150. And I can fight all day and night, it's not gonna happen, because he will not be admitted. Does that answer the, we hit it?
Okay, yes.
Yes?
Associated with that, I got you.
And care spots, urgent cares, what other local one that you have here?
Express care.
Express care? They're at providers.
Care spot, urgent care, and express care.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll go to the next area, which would be the Uber. Dr. Cindy Robinson had filled us all in about the new Uber policy, so I'm not going to rehash it. Just please make sure, 18 years old, must be 18. Has to have your approval, your consent, the natural parent's consent, okay? If the student goes ahead and says, I'm gonna do whatever I want, no. So the school has that all covered. Now we're going to go into another favorite area, dating. Yes. So we cannot stop the students from dating. We were all there. We remember those golden years of love and joy and little butterflies in the belly. And he's so cute and she's so cute and he. Yes. The natural parents are gonna allow the students to date. They're gonna date. But we just cannot have the groping, the hand-holding, the being in their own room, male, female, door closed, no. So we all know, so just be aware of that situation, be aware of what the kids are doing. So that they're not allowed to do that kind of stuff in their native country, they're not allowed to do it here. There's no make-out sessions in their native school, there's not here. Same as within the home. So it shouldn't be difficult on them, but they're gonna try to be sneaky. Okay? Wonderful. Holidays and birthdays, love it. Learn, 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 and teach. Learn about their cultural holidays. They have them too. We need to teach them about ours. How do we celebrate our Christmases? How do we celebrate our Easters, our Thanksgiving? They don't even know what Thanksgiving is. So teach them your customs. What I do at my home is also different from what you do at your home. I do what I can, and for holidays, I make it nice and pretty. Miss Diane Joy, she has Christmas trees all around her house.
24/7.
24/7. And me?
I have 2 big ones.
And she's working on more.
Only 3 more.
Oh, yes. So, if by chance that you grew up and you love to have that Charlie Brown Christmas tree, do it. Absolutely, make it fun. But involve them. If you're used to the stockings, have the fun stocking. If you have the crazy jammies, do the crazy jammies. My rule is I stay in my jammies all day long, and they are cute. They are cute jammies. My daughters, mismatched, not so cute, but they're new and they're cute. So it's just that what your family tradition is, because they may build off of it. And then they'll pass that tradition to somebody else. Learn about theirs. Who knows about the lunar holiday? Good, all right. How about the moon festival? Hey, great, got 1 and 1. There you go.
I'm not telling you.
I know.
Tell me when I come back.
That's their holidays. That's their massive holiday. Their Lunar New Year is the biggest festival that they party it out all for like 2 weeks. They combine them all. Enjoy, learn about them.
In March.
January.
No, February or March.
February, March, okay, see, there we go. There's one in January that starts. Well, it might be another culture. There you go. Still, work with it. Learn. Learn what they like. Learn what they cook. Learn about it. And that makes it fun. And then you can cook everything and, oh, I love that. Everything with holidays. So, do small gifts. when it's their birthdays, buy a cake. It doesn't have to be this 8-tiered cake that is 5 feet tall. A simple little cake from the Publix, do some little cupcakes, go on out, have them, invite your friends on over, have a hot pot. Celebrate their birthday, go to Dollar Tree, get some balloons. Hurrah. There's nothing worse than celebrating your birthday and living with the family that knows it's your birthday, and you get a whole lot of nothing. Take a piece of paper, white piece of paper, fold it in half, with crayon, marker, whatever. Happy birthday, make it fun. It doesn't have to be expensive. But acknowledge. Buy a little gift, acknowledgement, and they're gonna remember that. Because it's a horrible feeling when you're forgotten. So, alrighty. Now let's go to reports and emails. Please check your emails daily, every single day. You don't know if your community counselor is reaching out to you, a family, us, as in just for a question. I just send them out to say, hi, thinking of you, hope you're having a great day, because that feels good too. So make sure that you check them every day. If you do get an email, please respond, whether it be to the appropriate question or to the answer, or if it's just say, got it, thanks, good, be there. Just answer, acknowledge it. When your students come in, they will receive, when they start school, they will receive a portal, the portal direct from the school. That would be their ID, and for them to look at their grades. You can check on to see online how they are doing in school. Check that. If not on a daily basis, check it on a weekly basis. It depends on your trust and how you're feeling with the student. It's very difficult when the student's doing great, and then it's like, oh, I don't know why they're doing bad. Missed assignment, missed assignment, missed assignment. Everything's on there. You gotta check it. That's all it is. If you see that they're tardy and absent at certain classes and they're failing them, well, they could be playing hooky. The school needs your help just like we need your help. So keep an eye on that. Also, monthly reports. We do ask for the monthly reports. What you will do is, we just ask for 5-10 minutes. We have a base status line. Your community counselor will talk to you about it. There's a standard how to do it up. Please send 2 photos. Please do not reuse photos. Believe it or not, I remember. So if you send me, it's March, and you send me a photo of November in a Christmas or a Thanksgiving thing, I'm like, really? Really? I remember these. Can't remember much? That is one thing I remember is the photo. So please don't reuse the photos. Make it fun. We send these to the natural parents. They want to see how their kid is doing. So if you send me photos, oh, this is a good look, right? Right? Yeah, no. It's not going to teach them anything. Have them while they're cooking. They don't have to be posing. They don't have to be all glammed up. Fun ones. Bowling, shopping, cooking, getting out of the car at school. Hey! Simple 2 photos. And something new each and every time. Please and thank you. All right. So let's go with common student issues. All right. Waking up, as it was discussed earlier on, they're going through a total time change, totally new rules. They're going to be tired, they're going to be exhausted. Give them about a month time to get acclimated. So probably for the first month, please, knock on the door, wake them up. Get them an alarm clock to do so. But they have to learn also to wake up on their own. So that's part of the family coming in as well. Learn to wake up on your own. So if they're not waking up on time, that means you're going to be going to work late. That means you get in trouble. We don't want that. So that's another reason. If they're not waking up on time, tell your community counselor, call us, let us know, we can start nipping it in the bud. Then we'll also let the school know, because that affects the school as well. So the sooner we get to these issues, the quicker it can be resolved.
Julie,
Yes.
sorry. I was here while I cleaned up. Please do this for me. When you have a returning student, don't assume that that returning student isn't gonna have these same issues. Because they've been back in their home country for 2 months, and that's how they've grown up and they've fallen back. So don't think, well, my kid is gonna, they've been here before, they've been here 3 years, it's gonna be easy, they're all gonna be okay. A lot of times, sometimes those returning kids even have a harder time assimilating back in because the thrill is gone, so to speak. You know, so don't think it's just a new student issue. Returning students have just as many issues with acclimating back in. Sorry.
That's it. There you go.
Year round and everything.
No, they also have their breaks. And
They're
then-
off, their last day of school is in July, end of June, and then they start back up in September, so they're off the whole month of July. That's it.
Yeah. Another
And they
issue.
do go to school on Saturdays, sorry.
Yes, another issue is gaming and internet. Yay! I know that a lot of us have already enjoyed this lovely part of things. Please, in your family covenant, make sure you have a rule of when they are not allowed to use the internet, when they should not be talking on their phone, when they are not supposed to be on the computer. Cut it off. Whether it be you want it 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, don't care. Stay strict, stay stern to that rule.
They're coming in with their own computers.
Yeah.
They're coming in with their own computers and phones and everything.
Yeah.
And
One suggestion that we do, in the beginning, if it's a new student, you may have to do it with an existing student. It just depends on the trust that you have built with the returning student. 10 o'clock, take it out of the house, or take it out of the room. You can leave it in the kitchen or a common area. But we're going to have, that has to be done to know the stipulation, the cutoff point. A lot of students like to come home after school and they're busy gaming and they're watching movies and they're talking to Joe Schmo and they're doing all of this fun stuff, and then they eat. And then it gets late and at the cutoff point is 10 o'clock, I have to do my homework. Now, that should have been done prior. So try to make it a rule within your home if you can. Do the homework prior to all the fun stuff. Okay? Also, same thing with gaming, because what it does is they stay up all night, they game, they're on their internet, they're watching things. Then it's time to wake on up. Don't wake up on time, late to school, can't focus at school, grades don't go down, we're trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So, in some instances, we've asked the families, turn off your internet. Manually turn it off. And you're gonna hear, oh, I don't care. I mean that nicely. I've had friends coming over to my house, I manually turn that stuff off. Don't care. It's done at 10 o'clock at my home. So, and then you can turn it on at 6. And you have to stick to that. And be stern with that, or else they're going to keep on poking and pushing. All right? So, pornography and sex toys. Surprise, surprise, they are not allowed to have it. Really? But in their country, they are, and it's very common.
Yeah.
It's very common. The movies, oh yes.
as early as what age?
Oh, honey.
Wow.
Oh, it's very
7th
common.
and 8th grade?
Yeah, it's early. So it's very common. So please, keep an eye on what they're watching. So a lot of the students there, this is their lifeline, which is the computer, which is the internet, which is the phone. It's their lifeline. So, oh, I watch a movie. Good. Okay, it's a good movie. You know, walk around. You know? Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I have no shame. I pull it all out. I have to. I know my daughter's young.
Regarding the pornography and the sex toys. Due to the, most of the time it's the young men, because in their country it is acceptable. So I know that many of us women would probably go, "Ah!" you know, and the first thing we would do would be react. So I'm just gonna ask you ladies to please don't react, okay? I want you to just take a step back, take a great big deep breath, and remember that maybe if you have older boys now, you probably had some of these issues with your brothers in your home, or maybe your children as they were a little bit older. Some of these kids are very young when this is starting in their country. So please report it to your community counselor. We'll talk with Dr. Robinson, and if it becomes a very serious issue, we will discuss this also with the natural parents, that this is not acceptable in our schools. It's not acceptable in our homes, and it's going to have to be stopped. Okay, I know that everybody's going to do it. Yes. Really.
And also to add on to that, listen to what they're saying. Listen to what their friends are talking about while their friends aren't over. Yes, they have to speak English within your home. You can hear the words, and you can pick up on words and statements. And so that is another thing that you have to keep aware of. And if you're hearing it, then also it's being visualized and or done. So, and it works with any age. You have to start early on all the kids. So, eating. Talk to your student about eating, what they like, what they don't like. Right? We all like different things. Our foods are completely different. So if they're like, yes, I like everything. Okay, try out the foods. Make sure you always have fruits, veggies, rice, noodles. When they're eating and they say, yes, food very good, and they take 2 bites, and then a half an hour later, they're like full of all that means, well, it's not that you're not cooking well, it means that our foods are heavy over here. We have very rich, heavy foods, so it could hurt their belly. So pay attention and ask them what they like. A lot of them, they don't know what they like. So let them try our foods. Take a bite of this burger, see if you like it. You know what they love? Fried chicken. That's a go-to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Have a field day. But keep the other items on hand as much as possible. Take them shopping. Go to the Asian market. I go every single month. So learn, look up recipes. If they have a bond, if they're able to talk to mom about a recipe they could send, you all can cook together. Again, learning. So that's very, very important. They're not used to, as you saw earlier on, they're eating, they graze all day and it's a whole lot of food. We're used to just a little bowl of cereal.